back with a new chapter called coordination compounds. So these are the compounds which exhibits coordinate bond with it. So already we discussed this thing in the D block elements. There we discussed about the complex formation property which are exhibited by the D block elements, that is complex formation. These complexes are nothing but the coordinate, the compounds which are the complexes formed by the compounds, these compounds formed by the D block elements. Now then, for example, hemoglobin we know, okay, the leaves are green in color, hemoglobin, our blood is red in color, okay. So why this is all happening, or why this is the reason behind the leaves are green in color or the blood is red in color? ಇದಕ್ಕೆ ಕಾರಣ ಏನಪ್ಪಾ ಅಂದ್ರೆ that is the complexes which exhibits coordinate bond. So now tell me, what is coordinate bond? As you all know, chemistry is there in each of the atom, each of the element to the largest application. Chemistry the ಪ್ರತಿಯೊಂದು ನೀವು field ದಾಗೂ application ನೋಡೇ ನೋಡ್ತೀವಿ. So even the same in case of coordination compounds. So these exhibit the coordinate bond. So which type of bond it is? Till now you heard only about the ionic bond and the covalent bond. Even this coordinate bond is known as coordinate covalent bond antanu kariteve. Okay, then what may be the reason or why these are called as coordinate bond, or what is the actual procedure which is taking place here, adanna ನಾವು ಈಗ ಕಲಿತೇವೆ. Okay, this is first coined by Alfred Werner. So you know, almost all the discoveries are accidentally done. So even this is one of that. He was finding or he was researching on some other experimental data. Further, like he was experimenting on the other things and he concluded the coordination compounds. In short, to know this, we must know molecular addition compounds. ನಿಮಗೆ ಕೋಆರ್ಡಿನೇಷನ್ ಕಂಪೌಂಡ್ಸ್ ಗೊತ್ತಾಗಬೇಕಂದ್ರೆ ಅದರೊಳಗೆ ಕೋಆರ್ಡಿನೇಟ್ ಬಾಂಡ್ ಗೊತ್ತಾಗಬೇಕು. ಕೋಆರ್ಡಿನೇಟ್ ಬಾಂಡ್ ಗೊತ್ತಾಗಬೇಕಂದ್ರೆ ನಿಮಗೆ ಮಾಲಿಕ್ಯುಲರ್ ಅಡಿಷನ್ ಕಂಪೌಂಡ್ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ಅಲ್ಫರ್ಡ್ ವರ್ನರ್ ಹೇಳಿದ್ದು ಗೊತ್ತಾಗಬೇಕು. ಸೊ ಅಲ್ಫರ್ಡ್ ವರ್ನರ್ when he was discovering the things, there are some compounds which looks like stable, but in their aqueous state they are not stable. Stable allappa andre matthenaiತಿ, even they react further when they are in their aqueous state or even in a solid state. Nodri, there are some species which looks like they are stable, but when they are associated with some other compounds, they again shows the reactivity. Here in this molecular addition compounds we will learn about it. That is double salts, ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಆಲ್ರೆಡಿ ಕಂಪೌಂಡ್ಸ್ ಇರ್ತಾವು, ಅದರೊಳಗೆ ನಾವು ಮತ್ತೆ ಅಡಿಷನ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಿ. ಹೆಂಗೆ ಅಡಿಷನ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಿ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಕಲಿತೀವಿ. That is double salts and coordinate complexes. So here even we can say that these are complex compounds. Okay, why these are called as complex compounds, or why these are called as double salts? See, when these are dissociated in water, maybe in aqueous solution or in the solid state. Mainly in aqueous solution, they use their constituents. For example, if I take potash alum, potassium and aluminium salt, this is having K2, SO4, Al2, SO4 thrice, 24 H2. ಇವೆಲ್ಲ ಬೇರೆ ಬೇರೆ ಅಲ್ಲ, this is the single compound. Okay, so K2SO4 and this is potassium aluminium salt. That is why it is called as potash alum. It is the general common name. Okay, when this is dissociated in water, for example, if I write like 2K plus there are 4 SO4 2 minus plus 2 moles of Al3 plus removal of water molecule which is in water itself. So these gives constituent ions. Okay, so here individual constituent ions we can see. So this is in the case of double salts. Okay, see here. Now we will molecular addition compounds and molecular addition compounds whatever K2SO4, Al2SO4. See, K2SO4 it looks like it is a stable compound. Correct? Al2SO4 thrice it looks like that is stable compound. When they brought in contact in another, it forms another compound, another salt called potash alum. In the sense, you when these salts come together, it will form a new composition. There is a possibility of forming the complex. So simple salts gives you complex salts. Hence, the subject or the topic comes, that is complex compounds. Complex andrena, simple is what? One cation and one anion. When it comes to the complex, that means which is quite more complicated than the simple. So here you will have more ions, more than one cation or maybe more than one anion. Okay, or maybe only one anion, more than one cations. So again there are two differences, that is it may give the respective or individual constituent ions, or in this complex compounds you may not get their constituent ions, individual constituent ions. Even in the molten state or even in the aqueous solution, they may not give all the individual ions. For example, if I write, this is the complex. Okay, cuprammonium sulfate is the common name and the UPAC name is hexamine copper 2 sulfate. Correct? So in this case, here if you will dissociate this, here I will write if you dissociate this, here you may not get which is there in this square bracket. The square bracket will give one ions in constituent of sigangilla. Under this whole will be one ion here, and this is called counter ion which can by, that is Alfred Werner. When he was discovering some new compounds, he was discovering about the other terms, he discovered the coordination compounds. When you dissociate this, you will get copper. Here I took water molecule, even ammonia, because both are the neutral ligands. You will learn about it later. Don't worry. So copper, 2 plus charge P, along with this SO4 2 minus charge. So when it is in the aqueous solution, it will give you constituent ions, but those ions are not individual. That may be in a group. This is called as the complex. That is the coordination complex. Hope this is understood. This is differentiated. Clear? So Alfred Werner again started his work on the coordination complexes or the complex compounds. So these complex compounds So he studied more on this complex compounds and he started giving the coordination entity. He started discovering which are the ionizable ions, which are non-ionizable. On the basis of that, he gave the postulates, which are known as Werner's postulates of coordination compounds. Or I can write Werner's postulates of coordination compounds. So he gave mainly 4 postulates. First is Werner gave the difference in the ionizable and non-ionizable ions. So he named it as the primary and secondary valencies. Coordination compounds exhibits 2 types of valencies. First one, ionizable, or let me write like this, primary and secondary. Primary and secondary. Second postulate is the primary compounds or primary valencies the primary valencies are ionizable, whereas secondary valencies are non-ionizable. the primary, I will write like this. Primary valencies are satisfied by negative ions, whereas the secondary ions, secondary valencies, not ions, the secondary valencies are satisfied by neutral or negative ions. Is it clear? And the last thing, the secondary valencies oriented in the space, they decides valencies oriented in the space, they decide the structure of the compounds. So here that may be tetrahedral, octahedral, square planar. Most of the time these three you will learn. Clear? Or that may be any other things when it is attached to 5 ligands. So it is trigonal, pyramidal. These things you will have. Okay. So let us see one by one. So as we saw that there may be compounds which cannot dissociate into their individual components. So when they cannot dissociate into individual components, then there exhibits the two valencies. Andra ನೋಡಿ ಇರುವಂತ ಆ ಕಾಂಪ್ಲೆಕ್ಸ್ ನಾಗ ಪ್ರತಿಯೊಂದು ಅಯೋನೈಸ್ ಆಗಬೇಕಂತಿಲ್ಲ. ಅಯೋನೈಸ್ ಆಗಲ್ದೇನೂ ಉಳ್ಕೋತಾವ. ಅಯೋನೈಸ್ ಆಗುವಂತ ವ್ಯಾಲೆನ್ಸೀಸ್ ಇರುವಂತ ಕಾಂಪೌಂಡ್ಸ್ ಅದರೊಳಗೆ ಇರ್ತಾವ. ಹೌದಾ? ಯಾವ ಅಯೋನೈಸ್ ಆಗ್ತಾವಲ್ಲ ಅವನೇನಂತ ಕರೆದ್ರು ಪ್ರೈಮರಿ ಅಂತ ಕರೆದ್ರು. ಯಾವ ಅಯೋನೈಸ್ ಆಗಂಗಿಲ್ಲ ಅವನ್ನ ಸೆಕೆಂಡರಿ ಅಂತ ಕರೆದ್ರು. ಓಕೆ, ಸೊ ಅದನ್ನ ಹೇಳ್ತಾರೆ ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್. ದ ಪ್ರೈಮರಿ ವ್ಯಾಲೆನ್ಸೀಸ್ ಆರ್ ಅಯೋನೈಸಬಲ್ and the secondary valencies are non-ionizable. This is about two postulates. Third one, the primary valency is satisfied by the negative ions. And there are negative ions for it, OH minus, Cl minus and so on. You will learn these things in the next class. And the secondary valencies are satisfied by the neutral or negative ions. That may be here the H2O which is neutral, NH3 which is neutral, or maybe any negative ions like oxalate ion, C2O4, 2 minus and these things. Okay, so this is about primary valency and the secondary valencies. So next point, the secondary valency is oriented in the space. ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಸೆಕೆಂಡರಿ ವ್ಯಾಲೆನ್ಸಿ ಯಾವ ಶೇಪ್ ತಗೋತಾವಲ್ಲ, ಸೆಕೆಂಡರಿ ವ್ಯಾಲೆನ್ಸಿ ಹೆಂಗ್ ಆಕ್ಯುಪೈ ಆಗ್ತಾವಲ್ಲ ಅದ್ರ ಮೇಲೆ ಆ ಕಂಪೌಂಡ್ ಸ್ಟ್ರಕ್ಚರ್ ಏನಿರ್ತೈತಿ ಡಿಪೆಂಡ್ ಆಗಿರ್ತೈತಿ. ಸೊ ದೀಸ್ ಪಾಯಿಂಟ್ಸ್ ಕನ್ಕ್ಲೂಡೆಡ್ ಬೈ ದಿ ಅಲ್ಫರ್ಡ್ ವರ್ನರ್ when he started researching on the complex compounds. So these are the postulates regarding the coordinate compounds. Most of the time it is asked for 2 mark or 3 mark in your examination. 2 mark ಕೇಳಿದ್ರೆ 2 ರಿಂದ 3 ಬರೀರಿ, 3 mark ಕೇಳಿದ್ರೆ ಕಂಪಲ್ಸರಿ 4 ಬರೀರಿ. then you will get whole marks. It is bit easy question and most of the time asked question, that is frequently asked question. So please remember these 4 postulates. So this is about Werner postulates. Then moving with the U-pack naming. This is one of the important thing in this coordination compounds, even in your chemistry subject, in inorganic compounds, because nowadays this coordination compound is being more applicable part of our chemistry. So the U-pack naming of these compounds is also most important. So let's start with the U-pack naming or nomenclature of coordination compounds and heading. Why this nomenclature concept comes? See, as the discovery runs, see, the one compound is again made like 2, 3, 4, many compounds were discovered. So as the discovery increases, what happens? The naming becomes very necessary. Correct? To name the compounds, we should follow some certain rules. Those certain rules are nothing but the U-pack naming. That is, you already organic chemistry wala kalte. That is the basic. Correct? So our basic jote jote we will U-pack naming of coordination compounds kalite. Okay. So U-pack, you already know, International Union of Pure and Applied Chemistry. There you are learning about the coordination compounds. So here you have many rules. Before moving with this coordination compound naming, U-pack naming, let us study the terminologies involved in the coordination compound. Terminologies involved in the coordination compounds. First we have complex ion, ligands, counter ion, coordinate, or I can say coordination number, and coordination entity, so these are the few terminologies which are involved in the coordination compounds. First, complex ions. If you will see the complex ions, these are the charged species which are involved or which gains a pair of electron from ligands, okay, to form the complex compounds. That may be the cation or that may be anion. So complex ion yadi khelte ho nodi. I'll take 2 examples here. One is known as potassium hexacyanoferrate 2 ion. Another one, that is the thing which we took first, that is C. The complex ion is nothing but which is the charged species and which takes electron, a pair of electron from the ligands. Okay, here the complex ion may be bracket. Okay, here even we have square bracket. Okay, these are counter ions which are outside the entity, or we can say which is outside the square bracket. Okay, and what are these? This is the square bracket and this is small bracket, we can call it as. So these are nothing but the ligands. Okay, and this is central metal atom. Here I will write. Clear? So we are getting many things here. Even the coordination number. All the things we can easily explain by these two examples. Note, this is the coordination complex or complex compound ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತೀವಿ. ಇದನ್ನ ಏನು ಹೇಳ್ತೀವಪ್ಪ? This is the counter ion which is ionizable. ಅದಕ್ಕೆ counter ion ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತೀವಿ. Square bracket ನಾಗ ಏನು ಬರ್ದಾರಲ್ಲ, this is complex ion. Okay, which is non-ionizable. Okay, ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಇದು complete non-ionizable, but this whole and all is known as the complex ion. Okay, and even here, this is the complex ion, this is the counter ion. Here note, when it is dissociated, it will give you 4K plus. Along with that, you have FeCl6 ತಲೆ ಮೇಲೆ -4 charge. ಯಾಕೆ ಬರ್ತೈತಿ? These two react with each other to form one complex. ಇಲ್ಲಿ 4 plus ಐತಂದ್ರೆ ತಲೆ ಮೇಲೆ ಇಲ್ಲಿ K4 ಅದ. So 1K ಮೇಲೆ 1 plus charge ಐತಂದ್ರೆ there will be 4K plus cations. So this is cation. Because of this is cation, this coordination, the complex ion is anion. If the counter ion is negative, when this is dissociated, what we get? That is SO4 2 minus, along with that plus here copper 2 plus charge. Okay, so as you know, this is anion. The complex ion is your cation. So please remember, the complex ion, it not necessarily be anion or maybe a cation. It may be cation also or anion also. Necessarily a cation ಅಷ್ಟೇ ಇರಬೇಕಂತನೂ ಇಲ್ಲ, anion ಅಷ್ಟೇ ಇರಬೇಕಂತನೂ ಇಲ್ಲ. So when the counter ion is cation, it will be, the complex ion will be definitely anion, and vice versa. If the counter ion is anion, then definitely the complex ion is cation. Hope it is understood. Next, ligands. Coming to the word, that is ligand, which plays important role in the coordination compounds. These are the species which donates the lone pair of electron to the central metal atom. Okay, if I take NH3 here, so NH3 is the ligand which donates the pair of electron to the central metal atom. If I will write the cupramonium sulfate, hexamine copper 2 sulfate, then copper will be middle, that is why it is called as central metal atom, which is attached to the pair of electrons donated by the ligand itself. By donating the lone pair of electrons, it forms the coordinate bond. So this is called as coordination complex. So Okay, having 2 plus charge because the counter ion is it is ionizable, SO4 2 minus. So this exhibits octahedral structure as you all know. You learnt it in the first year, that forms octahedral structure. So this is how it forms coordination compounds. Clear? So today let us finish the class here. The further concepts, that is the ligands, types of ligands, counter ion, coordination